What's up, homies of the interwebs? This is Lugnuts.Guapo coming at you from Maverick Harley-Davidson, and today we review the Street Bob. So, roll that intro.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're about to be in shutdown for 2 weeks, so gotta get this one out. This is probably one of the most requested ones, and here it is, 2020 Softail standard. I keep wanting to call it a Street Bob, and for obvious reasons, but we'll talk about that later. But just go ahead and roll with that highlight reel, shall we? Roll the tape. What a day. Haven't shot for like 2 weeks because it's been raining non-stop. Man, this coronavirus is, I'm not jiving with it. It's ruining my vibe. Alrighty, so yep, Street, again, dang it, I keep trying to call it a Street Bob standard because it is pretty much a Street Bob standard. This is not a new model. It's being reintroduced. I don't know why they keep saying that. Oh, the new Softail standard. It's not a new concept. It's not a new name, first of all. Second of all, it is so confusing that they kept all the Dyna names and all the old Softail names, and then that kind of like mishmashed together. It is so aggravating because the Softail standard, the original Softail standard, looked like this, and now it looks like this. But then you have like the Street Bob, and then you have this. You see what I mean? When the old Street Bob looked like this versus the old Softail standard, it's so stupid. Now I get it. It is not a bad motorcycle. That is not what I'm saying at all. It is just aggravating those things that aggravate me, along with, ready? It looks just like a Honda. It looks like my old Honda VLX minus the rear fender. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm sorry I ruined it for you. I hope this doesn't deter you from buying this motorcycle, because it is a fantastic motorcycle. It is no different than the Street Bob. Of course, there's some things that they had to do in order to make it affordable. So one of the things that we'll start from the front to back, obviously the fork lowers, not powder coated, save money there. Bars, not powder coated, save money there. I mean, basically anything that's not black, that's where they saved all their money. Polished heads, polished, powertrain components. I believe in the what's it called, the primary. Yep, the primary is also polished. The license plate bracket is not on the side. I am assuming mounted it from the rear fender. It's cheaper. Again, looks like a Honda. If they've done that with other things, then again, nothing wrong with Hondas either. I owned a Honda, and I thought it was a fantastic. I actually owned two Shadows, one a VT 1100 and a VLX. That is a 606-speed, which was my absolute favorite. That was the first bike I bought when I moved to the United States, and it was again great bike. But this is the part that, as one of the techs said, when all the new Softails came out, they look like a copy of themselves, and that is so true. Because a lot of other manufacturers, when it comes to cruisers, they want to get that Harley look, and you just know that it's not by looking at it, but it looks like they're trying to. Now Harley did the same thing to themselves. They made them look like they're trying to imitate themselves, and that's just not a good look. Again, there's some other motorcycles that they're just a completely new concept, new design, and I get it. Awesome. But some of them don't, and I think this one falls into the category of, yes, it looks like an imitation of a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Moving on to what other things have they done to save money? Well, a Street Bob usually has a stick-on emblem. This one, they did a silk screen on both sides. That's also cheaper. ABS, I don't even think it's an option. I'll probably research that and put it right there. Yeah, not an option as far as I know. This one does not have it. Wheels are not powder coated. and I mean everything else is just not powder coated. That's where they save their money. Same with the electric light standard. Again, that one was not a new model, but really a reintroduction of an older model. I don't know why they keep saying it's new. Now, with all the things that I hate about this motorcycle, there's a lot to love, and it's again the same stuff that you would love on a street bob. How agile, how light, the power to weight ratio, the torque is just amazing for something this light. Not a hideous looking motorcycle, but again, I'm not the biggest fan of the looks, but it's a blank canvas, which is what this motorcycle is all about. Everything about this motorcycle screams, take me and make it yours. It's not blacked out. Basically what the concept of this motorcycle is buy it and make it your own, which Harley has always been about making it your own. That's why there's so many accessories and so many aftermarket parts for these motorcycles. It's because exactly that, because they want you to make this motorcycle yours. So they're not powder coating it, they're not doing anything crazy with it. Basically they cut all the costs and saying, hey, here's a blank canvas, do as you please. You can turn it into a chopper, you can turn it into a bobber, you can turn it into so many different things. You can turn it into, you know, a Dynabro style bike, a close style bike. There's so many options for this motorcycle. It handles great, it rides great, the frame is absolutely fantastic, as I always say, in combination with that Milwaukee 8107. I mean, it is absolutely an awesome motorcycle in many regards. I personally wouldn't buy it for a lot of the reasons that I mentioned before, and I mean it's not bad. I mean, for the price, cha-ching cha-ching. This is it's actually, I'm glad that Harley-Davidson had finally taken those steps in order to make something more affordable for, you know, the new rider that does not want to spend, you know, 20 grand on their first motorcycle. This is not a bad option. I'm glad they went this route. This is I mean, fantastic option for what it is. Completely stripped down. I personally don't care for ABS or any of the extra doodads, so I think that's awesome. I definitely would buy this if I was in the market for a smaller bike such as this one. I mean, again, it's a great bike, absolutely great bike. Are you considering buying one of these? Yes, no? Let me know in the comments below what you hate, what you love about it. But again, I'm sorry if I absolutely killed this bike by comparing it to a Honda and then showing you the images side by side, because that's literally what it looks like. And for the longest time I could not figure out why I hated this tank so much. And it's funny because I love the tank on my Honda, but it was like, it was a Honda. Like, I loved it for being a Honda. This looks like a Harley trying to be a Honda trying to be a Harley. It's so odd. But anyways, that's all that I got for you guys on this particular video. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I probably won't, you probably won't see a review for a long time because of coronavirus. But in the meantime, get on your Harley and get some wind therapy. Later.